What's going on, guys? Casey here, talking New York Knicks basketball. Today we're going to be talking about the game against the Orlando Magic that happened a few days ago, as well as the game against the 76ers that happened last night. So let's just get right into it. So on Thursday, the Knicks hosted the Orlando Magic and ended up squeaking out a victory 94-93, and a much-needed win because, as we've discussed, the Knicks had lost the last two games against Brooklyn and the 76ers in heartbreaking fashion. So to get this win was much needed against a team that we should beat. So, hard-fought game by the Magic. Fournier had a great game. I think he had about 23 points that game. But, Julius Randle coming through once again for us, his third triple-double of the season, 17 assists, which is a crazy number. Great work by him. Alex Burks with 21 points for us. Bullock and added 20. Bullock has been playing very well as of late, so credit to him. RJ Barrett with 17. Consistent from Barrett, which is great. And Frank Ntilikina with 13 points. Now, as we've talked about, the Knicks are pretty depleted at point guard at the moment. Peyton is still out. Derrick Rose is still out. Austin Rivers has been MIA for God knows how long. I mean, since February or something like that. So early February, I should say. And quickly was unavailable with a left ankle injury. But credit Ntilikina for coming through, and, very close game, very low-scoring close game, but able to squeak out that victory. Bullock got the turnover at the end of the game because the Magic had the last possession. A much-needed win for the Knicks. And, a nice little momentum boost going into this rematch against the 76ers, now on our home turf. And unfortunately, we weren't able to pull this one out. Very aggravating. I mean, this game was very tight towards the end. In the beginning of the game, though, the 76ers looked like they were going to run away with it. I think at one point it was 17-4. And but the Knicks clawed their way back. I mean, that's kind of how the Knicks do things. I mean, I think it's dirty, it's gritty, defensive outing. And, they got it close. Fourth quarter, Julius Randle shoots a three from the corner, and it hits off the rim and slides right in, makes it 98-98. We head into overtime, and overtime was, tight as always, back and forth. So once again, as always seems to be the case with the Knicks in these close games against good teams, it came down to a potentially controversial call here. Randle getting called with a loose ball foul on Tobias Harris. Now, technically speaking, it was a foul. Randle did have his forearm on Tobias Harris on his back as the shot was up in the air. But, the thing is, stuff like this happens all the time in the NBA and it doesn't get called. So the fact that, this foul gets called at this moment in the game, OT, it just kind of left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. And anyway, Tobias ends up hitting both free throws, and the Knicks end up losing 101-100. Just very frustrating. Julius Randle did have a pretty good looking shot last possession of the game, but went in and out. Just very aggravating loss. It was a very hard-fought game. Quickly was back in the lineup for us, the starting lineup. He ended up with 10 points. Barrett with 19. Noel had a pretty good game. He ended up with 13 points. It was just, one of these things, once again, that, the Knicks just can't seem to, they're very unlucky in a lot of ways when it comes to these very tight games that come down to the last few seconds. Now, I think what the Knicks need to do is play better in the beginning of these games so that these games are just not as tight when it comes down to the last minutes because, just the nature of the NBA and stuff like that. There's going to be questionable foul calls and stuff like that always happens. And, you just have to be in a position where these questionable fouls don't determine the outcome of the game. You can't let the refs decide the outcome of the game. So, I mean, look, these last two games we just talked about, what was it? The Knicks scored 100 points in one and 94 in another. I mean, still very, despite the amazing performances by Julius Randle and the consistent, double-digit point numbers from RJ Barrett and whatnot. It's not enough. We need more from our bench, and we are depleted. That's why I'm hoping that, this Austin Rivers signing, would love to see the guy on the floor. I know he just had a baby with his wife and he's been dealing with some other things, but, we need him back. We need Derrick Rose back. We need some depth in our lineup because, Kevin Knox, Obi Toppin, those guys are not really putting up points for us. And, I feel like that's why our team is just not scoring that many points. Luckily, we have like the best defense, one of the best defenses in the league that keeps us in it. So, look, we're now one game under 500 again. Now we have a doubleheader coming up with the Washington Wizards, a team that is trending in the right direction despite being 10 games under 500. So, we need these 2 games badly. We have to at least break even with them, but we really should try and get these 2 wins to stay relevant in these standings. As of now, we're in the 7th seed. And one quick thing to note is that LaMelo Ball on Charlotte, it looks like he broke his wrist and it looks like he's done for the rest of the season. So just in terms of, I hate to see someone go down like that, especially because that kid has been playing sensational basketball. He was definitely going to be the rookie of the year. I don't know about now because of the injury, but that's a huge hit on Charlotte, and they're pretty much fighting, we're neck and neck with Charlotte. Currently we're 7th, Charlotte is 8th. So, I don't want to get happy about an injury to another player, but it helps the Knicks' chances to make the playoffs now if Charlotte's kind of going to be struggling here now. But we shouldn't leave that. We shouldn't, take our feet off the gas, so to speak, because of the injury. But it's just important to note because, as I said, Charlotte is one of the teams that we're kind of neck and neck with in the standings. So look, all in all, more of the same, right? The Knicks end up beating a team that they should beat and end up losing to a team that is, better than them in the standings. Philadelphia is now first place in the East, 30-13. But, when Joel Embiid is out for both of these games and they ended up being so close, you feel like you have to win those games. You have to pull them out somehow, at least this last one, sending it into overtime and everything like that. We haven't beaten the 76ers in 15 straight games. So, they just have our number. I don't know. They're our kryptonite as of now. So we'll see what happens, but we'll touch base after this doubleheader against the Wizards and see how things are shaking out in the NBA for the New York Knicks. Thank you guys, and we'll talk soon.